Miceli Dairy Products Company is an Italian cheese manufacturer that has been owned and operated by our family for more than 60 years. Miceli's was started in 1949 by our father, John Miceli Sr., right here in this Buckeye Woodland neighborhood. He began by selling traditional Italian cheeses to local families and corner stores in Cleveland. But that is a story my brother John will tell shortly. Today, Miceli cheese can be found across the nation. In recent years, the company has seen tremendous growth. To meet this new demand, we are adding an abundance of space. My brother John will discuss it in more detail, but the end result will allow us to double our production. I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of the groups whose support helped make this $16 million expansion possible. Huntington Bank, the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, the State of Ohio, Cleveland Cuyahoga Port Authority, and the Small Business Administration. We thank you and look forward to our continued partnership. Together with our partners, we welcome you to a special event and look forward to expanding our company right here. In the neighborhood where it all started, we are proud to call Cleveland our home, and we are honored to be part of the city's future. It's my pleasure to announce our first speaker, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson. I met Mayor Jackson through a good friend of mine, Umberto Fideli. Mayor Jackson grew up not too far from this spot and has been instrumental in Cleveland business projects like ours. When the mayor came to visit our plant a few months back, he had many questions about our operation, ranging from the smallest detail of our products to impact on the community. It's wonderful to have a mayor who truly cares about businesses and workers who call Cleveland home. Please welcome Mayor Jackson.
Good morning. Good morning. And how are you this morning? Good, good. You know, I want to congratulate Miceli's for being in business for over 60 years and being in this location. And I want to thank them for making the commitment that they've made to stay in this location, to expand in this location. You know, many as businesses have choices, and they make those choices. We should be appreciative of the choice if it's to stay in Cleveland, but particularly this particular neighborhood. And it would not have happened without the partnership, this public-private partnership between the city, the county, the state, Huntington Bank, and the business owners, because they are making an investment, they are taking a risk, and they're taking a risk in the Cleveland and in this neighborhood, and we want to ensure that they are successful. So I want to thank my staff for what they've done, the county staff and the state, and also Huntington Bank and especially Miceli's, the brothers, for making a commitment to the city of Cleveland. So thank you.
Huntington Bank is our partner in this project. Daniel Walsh, the president of the Greater Cleveland region, has helped see us through every step. I met Dan over a year ago at a meeting for Cleveland business people that had been assembled by Mayor Jackson. I could tell immediately that Dan had great enthusiasm for the city of Cleveland and its future. Dan and his colleagues at Huntington have been great to work with, and we are very glad to have them as our partners. Please welcome Dan Walsh.
Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate that very much. And we're very enthusiastic about this project and your commitment to this city. Today, we really gather today to turn the page on the next chapter in the remarkable history of Miceli Dairy Products. They're a great family with an incredible story. And like so many, their story didn't originate in Cleveland. It didn't start in the Buckeye Woodland neighborhood. No, their story began back in Sicily, as John and Joe have mentioned, with a hardworking family that would eventually settle in Northeast Ohio. Before the expansion that we're going to see come out of the ground here shortly, before the 135 employees here in the Buckeye Woodland neighborhood, before the visitor center, there was John Miceli Sr. and his Model T truck that Joe talked about and John talked about. John Miceli drove all around this neighborhood. He knew these streets inside and out. He believed in his products, and knew that this was an area full of opportunity. And with hard work and the will to succeed, he founded a company that is now one of the largest ricotta cheese makers in the country. Today, Joe and John Miceli are writing the next chapter for this family-owned Cleveland company. And it comes as no surprise that they are committed to continuing the Miceli story right here in the Buckeye Woodland neighborhood. When the Miceli family reached out to us, they made one thing clear. They make cheese. It's their passion, and when you taste the ricotta, you know they're very, very good at it. But they were outgrowing this space, and they needed to finance an expansion. They needed room to grow, and they found themselves in a position that for many companies their size. When your focus is on your employees, as John and Joe mentioned, and your products, who has time to mess around with researching things like new markets, tax credits, and SBA loans? With all due respect to our great partner, Gil Goldberg at SBA. That's our job. So we worked with the city. My friend Mayor Jackson helped tremendously. We worked with the county and the Port Authority and found a way to make the dollars make sense. And the Micelis had the vision. And I'm proud to be part of the group who said, we can see your vision too. We are not standing in the forgotten triangle. We're standing in a place where a family-owned company is prepared to double the production and add 50 new jobs. The Micelis never forgot where they came from. And the best part of the story is now ready to be written. On behalf of my many colleagues at Huntington, I want to say that we're proud to be part of your story. And I want to thank Pat and Chris and David for their hard work on putting this deal together. And I most importantly want to congratulate Joe, you and John, and the rest of the Miceli family on this great accomplishment. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. To the mayor, to the president, to the councilman, to the Miceli family, and to all friends and family that are here. As he said, I am Council President Martin Sweeney. And before I start my comments, I want to introduce my colleague, Tony Brancatelli, who's the Chairman of Economic and Community Development that helped put this together. Tony. And one thing that came to mind when I'm listening to the speakers, Joe and John, aren't they just wonderful human beings, period? That's what I got out of this. And I just want to tell you the story of my involvement with the Miceli family and the institution here. I get a call saying, I'd like you to come out and see our plant and talk about our expansion. I don't know much about Miceli's except a pear-shaped piece of mozzarella cheese that I slice, grate, or just take a bite out of once in a while. Then I'm driving down Woodland with Eric to try to find out the place. We get there, we take a right on 90th, and we drive right by. I have no idea where it is. We turn around, we find it. I walk up to their current welcome center. It's that wonderful lady sitting in the booth outside. I walk up, get out of my black car, and I say, I'm Council President Martin Sweeney. I'm here to see the Micelis. They said, give me your ID. I said, okay. I fill out 4 pieces of paper. I get my name tag. I open this door. I walk up the steps. And I see Joe and John and this wonderful woman named Carol saying, this is an important project. We want to see it come to fruition. And I say, okay. So I get the plans. I said, how you working with the administration? Tracy's all in. How you working with Kenny Johnson, local council person? All in. I call Kenny. Kenny, you cool? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. I said, you got no problem. Mayor's going to put it together. We'll endorse the legislative part, and we'll be fine. So I'm like, that's normal. The next step is the tour of the plant. That's kind of normal in our game plan. This is where it gets fun, though. I get my little hairnet on. I walk in. The door opens up, and you see the excitement from this gentleman's eyes to be able to explain the process. I walk in, I'm going, oh my God, I'm in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for cheese. In all seriousness, there's the vats full of cheese. There's the river of pipes moving the cheese. The Oompa Loompas are the City of Cleveland workers. And we got Willy Wonka right here. And I'm going, this is tremendous. And watching him go about all the steps, he goes up and says, Councilman, I want to show you. This is the curd that turns into whey. It's byproducts. I'm going to my head going, curds and wheys. I thought that was just a fairy tale. And then we get all done with the tour. He tells me that every night when the process is over, a third shift comes in and cleans the place spick and span. And I'm going, wow, It's not a mess. They work all day, they clean it up, and they start again. So I'm walking out, and just like the little kid in Willy Wonka, he had the everlasting gobstopper. I took my hairnet, and I put it in my pocket to save it. And I'm walking, I get in the car with Eric. I said, Eric, what a wonderful place this is. Mozzarella and ricotta cheese. I really don't know much about ricotta cheese, but it's the #1 producer in the United States. So I'm like telling everybody for the week or two after. And then the last Saturday kind of ends it for me. I go out with my wife. We're at Edison's. I normally get the bacon double cheese pizza. My wife orders the ricotta cheese pizza, the specialty. I put it in, my taste buds start singing, and I go, I've been to the cheese heaven. So with that story being said, the city of Cleveland was delighted to be partner, and the council has, and I just wish them the best of luck, and I look forward to working with them, and thank you for the commitment to the city of Cleveland.
Now I'm going to read just a very small portion of it, and it's quite complimentary. And the part that I'm going to read is, this is a $20 million expansion, and they're going to hire 68 employees. I don't need to say anything else.
Payroll this one up.
John,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for everything you do. All right. Thank you. Our final speaker today is C. Ellen Connolly, President of Cobb County Council.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Sweeney, distinguished guests, and the Miceli family. On behalf of County Executive Edward Fitzgerald and the other 10 members of the Cuyahoga County Council, I'd like to congratulate the Miceli family. This is a wonderful project. And not only am I a county council person, but I'm also a representative of District 9, and this is District 9. And I live over at Shaker Square, so it's not a long way away from this factory. And it'll be hiring people right here in my neighborhood, in my district. This is all a part of the economic plan that the county charter has envisioned for our new county. And this is part of the things that we on the county council and the county executive are looking forward to participating in. And this whole story about your grandfather coming from Sicily and having a farm, that's just a wonderful American story. And it's the story of America, what America should be about. And for them to end up in this neighborhood and hiring people right here in this district. So it's a wonderful story. And it's a wonderful story that I feel proud to be a part of as a resident of the county and a resident of the city. Now, I tried to get some of my other council members to come up here with me today, and they got tied up in a meeting. But we are coming back soon for a tour, because we want the same tour that you got to see the cheese and all that. And I hope that maybe you'll have some samples for us also. So thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure to be a part of this program.
Thank you.
Everybody looking, 1, 2, 3.
Say cheese.
Everybody get a little bit. Do a 1, 2, 3. Jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey! It's official.
Have something to eat.
That was fun.
Come on, Greg, get under.